Chapter 7. The Aftermath of War and the Trial of Aśvatthāman. In the quiet forest hermitage on the western bank of the sacred river Sarasvati, where sages gathered to perform their sacred rituals, the great sage Vyasa, also known as Badarayana, sat in deep meditation. The jujube trees around him swayed gently in the breeze as Vyasa, having listened to the wise counsel of the celestial sage Narada, prepared to embark on a divine mission. With his mind purified by devotion, Vyasa turned his thoughts inward. In this state of deep concentration, he beheld the primeval being, the source of all creation, and the mysterious force known as Maya, an illusion that binds the souls of beings in the cycle of birth and death. Though the individual soul is beyond the three attributes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, it becomes deluded by Maya, suffering the endless sorrows of life. Vyasa realized that the path of devotion to Lord Vishnu was the only means to liberate oneself from the clutches of Maya. Inspired by this revelation, he composed the Bhagavata Purana, a sacred text that would guide the ignorant towards salvation through devotion. This scripture, he knew, would ignite a deep love for Lord Kṛṣṇa, dispelling all grief, confusion, and fear from the hearts of its listeners. Having completed this divine work, Vyasa imparted its wisdom to his son Sukha, who had renounced the world and its fleeting pleasures. Though Sukha was a sage of profound realization, detached from worldly concerns, he too was captivated by the qualities of Lord Hari. Thus, Sukha studied the Bhagavata Purana with great devotion. Sonaka, a sage eager to learn, asked, "O Sutta, why did Sukha, who was already free from worldly ties, study this vast scripture?" Sutta replied, "Even those who are detached from the world find themselves drawn to the divine qualities of Lord Hari. The love for Vishnu is so pure and powerful that even the most enlightened souls cannot resist it." Sutta continued, "Now, I shall recount to you the story of King Pariksit, his deeds and his death, all intricately woven with the tales of Lord Kṛṣṇa." The tale took the sages back to the aftermath of the great war between the Kauravas and the Pāṇḍavas. Duryodhana, the Kaurava prince, lay defeated, his thighs shattered by the mighty Bhima. In a desperate attempt to please his fallen master, Aśvatthāman, the son of Droṇa, committed a heinous act. Under the cover of night, he slaughtered the innocent sons of Draupadī while they slept, an act so vile that even Duryodhana disapproved. Draupadī, stricken with grief, wept bitterly over the loss of her children. Arjuna, her husband and a mighty warrior, vowed to avenge their deaths. He swore to bring her the head of Aśvatthāman, the man responsible for this tragedy. With Kṛṣṇa as his charioteer, Arjuna set out in pursuit of Aśvatthāman, who fled in terror. Realizing he could not escape, Aśvatthāman resorted to his last hope, the Brahmāstra, a powerful divine weapon. In his desperation, he unleashed it without knowing how to retract it, causing a fiery blaze that threatened to consume the world. Seeing the destruction unfold, Arjuna turned to Kṛṣṇa, who guided him to counter the Brahmāstra with his own. The two weapons clashed, creating a terrifying conflagration that scorched the earth, the heavens, and everything in between. But Arjuna, with the blessings of Kṛṣṇa, managed to withdraw both weapons, saving the world from certain doom. Arjuna then captured Aśvatthāman, binding him like an animal and bringing him before Draupadī. But when Draupadī saw the defeated warrior, her heart, filled with compassion, softened. Despite her grief, she could not bear to see another mother suffer as she had. She pleaded for Aśvatthāman's life, reminding everyone of the respect owed to a Brahmana, especially the son of their revered teacher. Droṇa. Bhima, however, was enraged. He demanded justice, insisting that Aśvatthāman deserved death for his unforgivable crime. But Kṛṣṇa, ever wise, proposed a solution that would satisfy both justice and compassion. Arjuna, understanding Kṛṣṇa's intent, took Aśvatthāman's sacred jewel from his forehead, a symbol of his power and pride, and cut off his hair, a mark of disgrace. Aśvatthāman, now humiliated and stripped of his honor, was banished, a punishment worse than death for a Brahmana of his stature. The Pāṇḍavas, along with Draupadī, performed the last rites for their slain children, their hearts heavy with sorrow, but their spirits lifted by the justice they had meted out. Thus, the story unfolds, teaching the virtues of compassion, justice, and the power of devotion to the divine. In the end, even in the darkest of times, the light of righteousness prevails.